Hi Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your January reading. So let's break this down and see what the major theme is for you and the top 3 events or circumstances taking place in the month of Jan. So we have the waning crescent moon with surrender coming up first. So there are certain things that are being released and let go in this month, and this can also indicate going with the flow, spending some more time recovering from the holidays, or just doing what you feel like in that moment. Okay, so the first major thing that can happen in this month, we have Archway, which says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Then we have Broken Bridge, which says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. And we have Needle and Thread, which is a sincere wish will be granted. So it's a whole mix of some things not working out, but that kind of turning in your favor in a way. It says that something you're trying to solve might not work out, but then, if you're really wanting for something, it will essentially come about. So all in all, it feels as though the way you are expecting something to work out is not the way it will work, but ultimately you will still get your wish. It's just going to be in a different format, or it will come through a different source. So surrendering is actually the perfect thing to do in such circumstances, because we don't really know how an opportunity might come in. So it's best to kind of keep our minds open so that we are open to receiving cues from different sources, basically. Okay, so tarot cards, we have 8 of Pentacles coming up first, which talks about mastery, skill, and developing on something you're working on. So there is a level of perfection that you're trying to reach. This can also indicate having a lot of work to do. There is a lot of determination. It also talks about fixing lifestyles and habits, so paying more attention to your exercise, your routines, your food habits, cleanliness, things like that, such that everything can be more efficient and productive in your everyday life. We have the Queen of Pentacles as well, and this one is a very prosperous card here. It has so many coins literally going on here, and it kind of looks quite fertile in terms of what she has here, right? So it's about bringing together unlikely friends and making them friends in this card. And it basically, in your case, kind of talks about combining different skill sets that you have, or the strengths of different people within your team or your surroundings to make a joint progress happen. Queen of Pentacles is also really good in terms of a financial situation. You're feeling secure and stable. And so far, it does not look like this broken bridge is a big problem, because again, you have plenty of opportunities to keep growing yourself. We also have the High Priestess. And this one here is kind of sitting on the edge, right? It's in between realms and can understand the tangible world, the ins and outs of, let's say, filling up a form, signing a contract, things like that, but also has a very strong relationship with the intuition. If something does not feel right, she's not going to force it. Automatically, it is in a surrender position to the guidance of the universe. And surrender does not mean giving up, it just means going with the flow. And again, that does not mean giving up, because there is a sense of purpose here as well. It's not aimless flowing about and floating about with anything that tickles your fancy, basically. But High Priestess definitely listens to the nudges of the other world, even if it's a subtle cue. So tuning into your inner voice is something that you are doing here, and that makes you feel very secure and safe for the future. Any changes that come about here in this month are going to feel just more of an upgrade, because we got the 8 of Pentacles here, and then we got the Queen, which signifies that the work you have done is flourishing. And again, it might show up in a different way. For example, you might be expecting to earn a lot through a project you're working on, but what you actually gain is a lot of contacts instead of, the crazy amount of money. So in that way, in the short run, it might feel as though that was not too much, but by the end of January, it could be that new opportunities are being shown to you via these different people and different sources. That's just an example, of course, but it can apply in any different scenario here. Okay, let's get your oracle card and see what else comes up. We have fearless expression with card number 55. There is definitely some change and adjustment taking place in this month. You're also expressing yourself very truthfully and tactfully. The Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess are very, clear in what they're wanting to say, but they try to not reveal more than is necessary. So you're clear in your intention and you're conveying what needs to be conveyed. There's not too much, there's not too little, and I feel a sense of moderation in your speech. Also, you are listening to other people and you're understanding other people's intentions. We have Stop, Drop, and Ground, which corresponds with the Pentacles cards that we were getting already. Talks about connecting with the ground, feeling humble and grateful for everything, enjoying the moment and indulging in sensual pleasures. Even the Queen of Pentacles is like, I'm going to indulge in this, I'm going to enjoy this, spend some time paying attention to this, so the mind is not running a million miles an hour and you can just enjoy what is in front of you in a more mindful sense. Stop, Drop, and Ground also can indicate that the projects that you have started, hobbies that are ongoing, they are starting to show results, or you are seeing what you want to develop next. So there could be a thought process going on, but it's mostly intuitive and creative in a way. I was getting something else. Yes, this fearless expression corresponds with the throat chakra, and I feel like this High Priestess is kind of giving you higher knowledge and ideas. So these new opportunities can come from within you as well. So you're surrendering to the flow, and that could mean that you're scratching some old ideas and you're like, maybe that does not fit anymore. But then to replace that, you immediately get certain new ideas here, or new thoughts, new inspiration. We have Shift the Way to New Potential. Once again, there is evolution coming through in the month of Jan, and this corresponds with the Archway, new possibilities, and I feel like there will be multiple opportunities, but you like to focus on one thing at a time, so you might be spending some time being with your intuition and kind of being in the moment to really see what feels right at that time. Also looking into the future that is not yet written. So there's a lot of things that are unknown at this time, but regardless, you are going to choose something that makes you feel as though there is a lot more tangible potential available. There is a level of mastery you're definitely reaching. It could be that you're sharing the things that you have done in some way. We have 3 planets turning direct in this month: Mars, Mercury, and Uranus. So we can take forward action, we can think ahead, and also there will be certain changes that happen when Uranus turns direct that are going to move us into a more freedom type of position. So depending on where it is in your personal birth chart, that's where there is going to be a breakthrough. And fearless expression makes me think as though whatever has been stopping you from communicating your thoughts and ideas, that's where Uranus is going to lie. Also can be about conveying higher ideas, higher thoughts and ideals, and bringing that into tangible reality. Okay, so next we have the Sun, which is your ruler. So that's a very nice card to have for you guys. This indicates a lot of success and recognition as well. So what you say will be heard, what you showcase will be seen, things like that are shown here. There's also an air of optimism, so even if certain things are not working out, you're not unhappy about that, because either something new comes along right away, or you don't have too many hopes attached with it, something of that sort, but you're able to let it go and go with the flow. The Sun also talks about clarity, so you're very clear of what you are desiring, your priorities are very straight, and you're able to flow along quite easily. We have Edges, which corresponds with the High Priestess again. So for some of you, you could be really getting some intuitive downloads, and that just makes you feel very sure of what you want to do. You could be doing something related with creativity, imagination, expression, things like that. If you are, then this kind of says that you get some unusual ideas, and you could get many ideas at the same time. And, it could be a little bit, it obviously is internally changing, but there could also be a thought of, okay, how do I juggle this? How do I manage this? How do I streamline this? But given that you're a fixed sign, you do enjoy stability. So I feel even if there is a going with the flow element, you find a lot of purpose in that. So edges is making me think as though you're trying out many different things, and you're not holding on tightly to expectations for either of these different scenarios. So let's say you have to take care of the home, but you're also working really hard, and you're also taking care of yourself. Somehow you're able to manage all three things in a very cohesive manner. Queen of Pentacles does not tire herself out. Okay, she respects herself, she has a very good sense of self-worth, but she also gives to others very generously. And Leo, you are a very generous sign, you have a big heart, and when you're compassionate, you give like no one else. So this particular month has a more watery feel to it, but I love that we have so much of the grounding, which kind of makes everything very practical. So that way you're not giving too much, and you're not asking for too much from others either. You're able to take care of your own needs and understand the future that you're paving for yourself. We also have enchantment, which can talk about the mysterious forces at play. It can feel a little bit magical. There could be certain wishes that come true. Yeah, we do have this needle and thread which says, "Wish a sincere wish will be granted." So again, it could be something that you have said in the past or wanted in the past, and now is the time that you're just letting go and surrendering. You're just doing the work and you're minding your own business, or you've done the manifestation and now you're letting go of expectations, things like that. But this is the month where you will start seeing the enchantment or the magic kind of come alive. There is more imagination, creativity, inspiration around you. There are many unknowns for sure, but that is not a deal breaker. It's actually more exciting, I feel, for you. And yeah, manifestations coming true. Okay, wow. There will be certain mysterious things, like a person coming out of nowhere, not in a creepy way, but like a contact coming through is going to be quite beneficial. And it could be just a turn of event, sort of like you were not planning to go somewhere, but then you go anyway, and then you happen to meet someone who is important for you down the line. But since you didn't go with any expectation, you just went for the sake of it, that is in that surrender mode. And that kind of leads you to finding new pathways where your wish is being granted. Okay, so what else can we get for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please, in January? We have Mercury, second house in Virgo. Some of you could be writers, creative writing, creative thinking, and the second house also is about value and self-worth. It could be that you're providing a service to others, your communication, your ideas, and journalism as well, I'm hearing. But if you do any analysis, research, reports, things like that, that could bring you some extra income. Virgo is a mutable sign. Gemini rules a mutable sign. So it could be that you have two sources of income if you're trying to, manage that. This is the month where you're able to flow with these two sources of income if you have that. Apart from that, you're working on self-care, self-healing, improving your routines and habits, which I was getting earlier, including your mental state. So you're trying to be more mindful and present in the moment, such that you feel very clear in your thought process. Your logic and reasoning as well is very good. Mercury corresponds with the throat as well, which we were getting with fearless expression. So you're speaking truthfully what you desire, what you need in that particular time and moment, and you're also providing yourself for it. There is also some loyalty coming up here. So loyal to your work, loyal to your values and ethics, loyal to your people, your wishes, something of that sort as well is coming out, depending on each of your priorities. Second house also is about priorities, like what do you choose to spend on? What do you choose to acquire in your life? What do you choose to offer to other people as well, especially when we have Virgo? So definitely a lot about what you surround yourself with, what you incorporate in your life, things like that you could be thinking about. What else? Virgo is an earth sign, so again, a very grounded approach, humble approach to things. It's not a very fiery month because we have Capricorn season and then we have on the 20th Aquarius season beginning. So definitely like air and earth it's not a problem for you. Water signs are more of a troublesome month for you unless you have water sign placements, but yeah, this is like all in all kind of harmonious. It's not really all guns blazing like you would feel in perhaps Aries and Sagittarius season, but regardless, there's still a lot of progress, and it's sort of reality kicking in, or being able to see the truth of things that surround you. There could be some sort of decluttering that you do as well, or you're working on some home furniture, hobbies, furnishing, something of that sort, where you're making something that you enjoy. It really is about prioritizing what you want, but while also respecting other people's space and time. High Priestess also distances herself, so there is a level of introversion in this month. Also introspection. But it's so purposeful, and you're really enjoying this. You feel as though you have some time and space to yourself, so you can really flourish here. The snake is really standing out to me, which talks about transformation, and there is rebirth. Okay, so yeah, even if something does not work out, it really does not seem like a big deal to you. Yeah, if there is like, yeah, so it's sort of like if a certain medicine does not work out, you have other healing methods to try out, things like that. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Leos. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading resonated and that it helps you out. Let me know your thoughts, and if you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.